Hello folks, thank you very much first of all for the people that have mentioned and said thank you very much for my video, so much so that I'm going to do another one for you because I appreciate you appreciating it, if you like. Right, what I wanted to quickly explain to you, so some people use this program, voice Pilot2atc, because it's voice attack and like voice attack and stuff, because it actually you can talk to the air traffic control tower, as I've told you before, and it is really kind of good because you think, wow, you talk and it's really immersive. When you're not in VR, it's fantastic, but when you get into virtual reality, it does become a bit of an issue because you think, oh, I can't remember all that and I can't see to write it down and all this. And I said in one of my videos, if somebody would actually make up some program that would actually put the text into the flight simulator in VR, it would be a game changer. And guess what? Somebody has. So big thumbs up to Sky4 Sim. It's a great little program, and it works. It does what it says on the tin and all this sort of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the screen here. Now first of all, let's go into Pilot2atc, which is a big one in the centre of the screen here. And what we're going to do for you, I open it bigger like that, just so you know where I am, yeah? Now, you go across to the configurate on the right hand side of the screen. Press the configuration button. Now, what we want to do is we want to search through on this lot here, yeah? Now, somebody said, where do I get my weather folders from? You put them in here, where your weather comes from, and where your default folder is, yeah? And you can add change a bleep tone there for your radio, so it goes beep every time you've used it, yeah? So that's really, really handy. I always turn the ignore switches off at the top there because it just kind of annoy me when I get going, really. When I do a proper flight, I suppose I turn them on, but off, yeah. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Now, what we need to do is you want to be able to, this is for people that are using virtual reality, you have to go and buy a program. I'm not affiliated to it, but I bought it and it works, and it's just like a game changer. So that's Sky4 Sim. It's not very expensive either. For what it does in the simulator, for the assistance, is fantastic. Right, you go to, let's get back into the thing again. We're in this screen, so I'll do it again. Go to the configurate, press the configuration button, come across, go to the top, and you've got menus. You've got the setup, Pilot2atc, then you got the ATC settings, then you got your voices, so you got your sounds, yeah, your voices, and if anybody wants these voices, let me know, and I'll send you an email. And all you got to do is just open it, and then they'll actually go into your flight simulator, so you get extra voices.
This is Microsoft. This is Microsoft. This is Microsoft.
Okay, not all of them.
This is Microsoft.
This is Microsoft.
This is Microsoft. This is Microsoft.
This is Microsoft, Jane.
So you got they get different voices for your different air traffic controllers and stuff. So when you go from different airspaces, it sounds better when the air traffic controller changes. So that's what this is for. Okay. If you want to know more about that, put something in the comments, and I'll send it, or I'll put somewhere, a Discord or somewhere or something where you can just go and upload it. Maybe put up a link on my website, so you can just go there and upload all of them for free, and you just literally open them and then save them into your config files. Really easy, just save, and then it will save them. Next one, go to speech. Now this is where it happens. You're speaking, okay guys, and when you speak, it's records your voice, and you can see your voice, what you said. But the thing is, you can't see it anywhere in VR, okay? But with this, Pilot2atc's already done it. It says down here, if I go scroll down to the bottom, the third, 1, 2, 3, fourth box, it says conversation text file path. Enable new on startup. Now if you look on there, this happens to be where my conversation text is saved to. So all you do is literally click on that box there, yeah, and then it will come up with conversation text, and then just save it and remember where you saved it, yeah, and then it will come up like this. So you can go to the field at the top and just copy that whole field if you like, or locate it. I would just put it somewhere like drive C on the user, your name. I've got this on OneDrive and all that stuff. Yeah, I've got conversation text / conversation text. You can make it a lot more simple than that. Once you've done that, yeah, and you've gone over here and press that button, I'll show you, press it, look. Now it's gone to my PC desktop, conversation text, and it's just conversation text. That's where it all goes. There's no, and then just save it, okay? Like that. I don't have to do it because I've already done it, but I just press save and it would be done. So that's where the conversation text goes to, okay guys? Right, so what I would do, is when you've gone like that, go like that, yeah, and copy it, and just copy it with your your right button, and just copy that text. Okay, now you know, and that's where it is. Then you go to this other program that I was talking about, which I think I might actually have running. Let me just see. I think I have, and I might not have actually. I'm going to run it anyway. It's this one here. It's called Sky for Sim NG. Now, as I load up Sky for Sim Energy, sorry, it comes up there. That's what it looks like. Okay, I'm just going to move that config file. Close that for a second. Right, I'm just going to move that out of the way. Now there. Oh, okay, it's already running. Okay, right. Now it's already running in the background, so I'm going to go down to this corner down here just so I can show you really where it works. I'm going to move my thing out of the way. You might notice this is transparent now, guys. It's going to be even clearer than this because it's so much easier to navigate around. Right, open that and push show the button. Now, this is on the sidebar. You click to the start menu. You find the actual program. It's already running. Okay, that program there is already running. So go down to the bottom where the little boxes are. Down the bottom left-hand side, you can see down there, I think. And then just click it and on the 4 for sim, and right click it, and then show. Just click on the show, and then what that does, it clicks on the show button, and it will bring up this for you. Okay. Now this is the license and everything else that you get. It's currently running at the moment. Okay. Now if you look at what it says at the top, it says General Documents. Now Documents, this is where you can put all your flight plans and landing and PDFs and stuff. Sorry. It's got settings there. This is where you save my flights to. Okay. So when you save your flights, you can put all your flights go to there. That's where I put mine on C drive. But I'll try to explain it and break it down. If you want me to make another video, I will do a video. It's going to take probably about 4 hours to do it because it's a lot for people to remember. And there's a lot for me to remember as well. Now, so what we're doing at the moment is we've got, this is your flight planner, and we can go that, we'll discuss that after. This is what we need to know now. It says integration. Now it says enable Pilot2atc integration. Tick that box. Allow, show the messages. Yeah. So it shows you the messages that it says, and you can show what you say. Yeah. And it can also come back and show you with suggested messages that you may be not thinking, what do I do next? And it will come up and give you some suggestions, what you could say to air traffic control, to enable you to make it easier to pursue your flight and go where you want to go. Now, if you look at this here, in this thingy, remember I say copy and paste it? All you'd have to do is you just literally right click on that and paste it in there, what you've taken, right, from the Pilot2atc, which is, I'm going to put it here again, show you how to get there again, go over to my monitor's in the way, over there to the configuration on the speech, and go down the bottom, and there it is. So in case you didn't save it properly, just copy that, and you literally paste it into that other program. Okay guys, and then what happens is when you start the flight simulator up and you're running the flight sim, yeah, so we do it now. Let's just run it anyway. Pilot2atc, and this is the flight simulator, as you know. Now, what we're doing is we're running that program, Sky for Sim. That's actually running now in the background, okay? Sky for Sim. But we're also running Pilot2atc as well. So when we talk, in theory, it should understand what we say and talk to us back and all that sort of stuff, yeah? So you validate the plan and file it. And then I'm just going to go to world map. Now, what I said before in the Pilot2atc and Sky for Sim, all of these programs, you can actually have them. So you load your flight up, and pretty much all of it will go into the FMCs and into those different programs, into Pilot2atc and all this sort of stuff. But that's where it takes a lot of work. So I've got to try to figure out a way of doing this for you guys so I can do it simplified. But as you can imagine, to try to simplify things when you've got 4 or 5 different programs running at the same time, which you've got working, I suppose you've got to do it one at a time, I guess. But it does seem a bit awkward. It's a bit daunting sometimes when you think what you've got running, because I haven't got half of the things running which I want to show you really. But anyway, so go to the more. Sorry, I'll go back a bit. So go back to go back. So you've got the flight simulator, and you go to the more where it says space at the bottom and go more, okay? And then you load save. And then you load it from this PC. And in my case, I put my flights there. So I know that's the last flight that I did, okay? So I've just loaded my flight up. But in in Sky for Sim, if you look at Sky for Sim, it says documents, and you go to settings. See that there? That there is where I save my flight plans to, which just so happens to be exactly the same place where Pilot2atc saves it. Yeah, and I also have the Microsoft folder of it for the toolbar add-on, and that's where I put it there. Look, Microsoft QWERTY local cache packages in my community folder. So that's where I can install the toolbar from. Yeah, but it's very, very simple. It's very straightforward. You need an API thing, I think, as well, which is quite explanatory. But if you get stuck on this particular program, Sky for Sim, don't hesitate to give me a call or drop me an email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Right, so there you go. There's your plan folder, and there's your community folder, and we've also put into the integration. We put the integration from this one to go from the Pilot2atc. So that all looks lovely and dandy, doesn't it? Great. I'll minimise that now, and I'll just we've got flight sim. I think it's actually running. I'm not sure, to be honest. But so we'll look in the background, because I've got them all on one screen at the moment, which is kind of like pushing it a bit really, but anyway, because I'm trying to keep as much as I can on one screen for you guys so you can see. Right, so that's the daylight. That will be nice. I'll be alright. It's not too early now. So daylight time. That's it. Up there. Okay, so we're going to fly in this jet. So as we load the jet up, we know that this is where we're going from, because if you notice that flight goes all the way down there to Jersey, I think we're going, yeah? It's Jersey, from Cardiff to Jersey. Now, in this, well, you'll see it when it opens in a moment, you have, let's do that weather program as well for you guys, you can see that. It's really quite a good program, I'm quite pleased with it. It's called Rex Weather 2020. So we're just going to open Rex Weather. Rex 2020 Weather Force. Now what this does is you set your flight simulator up once your flying runner and your flight simulator is running. So I'm just going to move Pilot2atc. We don't actually really need it unless I fire my flight plan. It might do it, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes you have to get the frequency from here in the centre there. But I just want to show you, hopefully it's not going to call me a fibber, because it does kind of, I do get forgetful sometimes, forget where I am, you know. Right, so it's not giving you radio frequency, so validate it again. Okay. Right, we're getting there to it's loading up the flight simulator now. It's not the fastest system. Right, so let's have a look. What have you got then? Why is that not working? Okay, it's not really good, is it? Okay, put that back there. Look at this there. Right, so we've got a flight simulator in that corner there, so it's just loading up now. Right, radio then. Radio then. So I've gone out. Okay, what is that one supposed to be? Right, with the pause, that's probably that one there. Right, we can go. Right, anyway, I'm getting confused now. Got too many screens open, for God's sake. Right, too many screens open. Right, I don't know if you can see weather force, so hopefully you can. Let's have a look. No, you can't really see it. Why can't you see that? Okie dokie. Let me just see if I can fix that for you. We're going to get that into this one. Like I say, I'm not a videographer, so please bear with me. I'm just trying my best here. Right, let's not connect it. I need to get it. Samsung. That's that one. That's the main screen. That's actually fine, to be honest. Just really need to do that. Anyway, let's get in with one. Like I say, one thing at a time, because it does get quite confusing, really. I get confused. I've got so many bloody programs running at one time sometimes, and try to explain to somebody how to do it when it's like a nightmare. Right. So the flight simulator, as you can see, is there. So I'm gonna make that bigger. That would be probably a good idea, wouldn't it? If I go into this screen here. Oh, touch the screen is an easy way of doing it, isn't it? Right, so I'll make that bigger, just like that. I don't know why that's not working. Okay, there it is, come on now, I pressed it. Right, now, as you can see there, you've got that's the thing I couldn't find. I pressed the wrong button for some reason, doesn't matter. Right, anyway, so this here, this is the Pilot2atc, and it's also got the weather thing on it as well, yeah? And you simply press that green button there, really, in effect. Go into the other screen, and you kind of press it when you've loaded Flight Sim up. And it says to do it again, and you do that. And then it will start searching through the Flight Sim for your weather, and it puts all the weather and everything into your computer, which is really clever, really. So that's your cure to the weather thing. Seems to work fine for me, to be fair. And that's a quite easy way of doing it, really. Right, let's just get back to the simulator. It seems to be taking forever to load. Might be another update, I suppose. Right, so what we're doing then. See, now it's just located it. The weather force program is now located it, so the weather should actually be and everything else there as well. Now, once the flight simulator is running, because it is taking a bit longer, I should have maybe started it earlier. I'm going to close that window a sec. I'm going to make that one there underneath. I'm going to show this other one in a minute, because there's another program I want to show you. Now, like I say, it's very difficult for me to try to do these all at one time, so maybe I'm biting off more than I can chew here a bit, to be honest, but I'm going to certainly try for you. So let's go where we've actually succeeded today so far, is we've actually put the configuration on Pilot2atc under the config, press the config, under speech, load down until you see conversation text file, set up where you want to put that text file. Doesn't matter, you can go anywhere, any hard drive whatsoever. Once you've done it, copy the text. Then once you've decided to buy it, because I think you probably will do once you see how it works, once you've got your other program, which is the Sky for Sim, I'm going to move that out of the way a minute. Where is it? Sky for Sim there. I left click it and I go to show again. Then it comes up, and on that one you look for integration, which we've done. I'll move it over there so you can see. And I've copied what I just copied from this point here in the Pilot2atc into the Sky for Sim, like so. Yeah. Now, if you notice there, I've done a little bomb up. I did that by accident. It said enable integration. Make sure that that is ticked, because otherwise it won't work. And then I'd have been cursing myself, wouldn't I? So you see that at the top there, it says enable. Now, so there it is. You've done that. Okay. I've got the Copilot changing frequencies at the moment, which is handy if you're in VR, but you don't have to do that. And I've copied basically this section here and I've put it into the conversation path. That means now, hopefully, when the flight simulator decides to wake up sometime this week, it will work. In theory. Okay? No, it will. It'll work. And then what happens is you get like an iPad thing that actually sort of appears in your cockpit, in your toolbar, along with, say, all your other, like your weather and everything else, and it will appear in your toolbar. And then you click on that, and then that will then have the opportunity to open it and normal in the cockpit as a permanent fixture. You can also open it as a web page, so you can put on a separate iPad this Sky for Sim program. So therefore you can have an iPad like we've got set up in front of me. You can have an iPad there with just your text coming up if your eyes ain't very good like mine are these days. So you've got all your text information, so it's really good. But it's even better when it's in VR, because you can then excuse me, you can then put your VR headset on, open it, your iPad comes up, make your iPad the size where you want it, talk, and it comes up and it say a message, rather than you trying to write all that down because you can't see because you've got your damn VR headset on. I know they do pass-through now, which is basically quite good. You can write and you can see and all that. But it's just really convenient because there's like a little screen about here in your right by you. So it's really quite cool, really. And for the price of it, it's not just that. It's a flight planner. It gives you headings, VORs, and absolutely everything that I can think of. And it looks just super duper. It really is. So I minimise that now because you know how to do that now. Right, my flight sim is kind of like playing very slow at the moment, and I don't know why, to be fair. I think it is still loading now. I think so. Yeah, it's just, I think it's doing an update. Right, so anyway, in a long story short, so what we've got then, I've done that 3 times now, so I think you're going to know. This is another little program for you. It's called Voice Attack. You see this? You have to buy this again, I'm afraid. I'm not, like I say, I keep saying I'm not affiliated. I don't get any money for this, but it's what I use, and I swear by it. Now, it says listening, set flaps position 1. Now it might not work because I haven't got a decent microphone at the moment, as you probably gathered. I'm trying to pick it up from my my headset. Unrecognised. Set flaps 1. Set flaps position 2.
Adjusting.
Now retract flaps. Retract flaps.
Retracting flaps.
Set altimeter.
Affirmative.
Now you see, I'm learning these different speeches. Now this is my co-pilot. Change voice pack, Captain Williams.
Okay.
Allow chit chat. Chit chat. Enable chit chat.
Check.
Hello. How are you? Now you can put other things in there. I've never done it, to be honest. But anyway, landing lights on. Landing lights off.
Carter Tower 7.
X-ray Golf Sierra.
Right, now, hopefully, you'll see this in the screen. Now, this is inside the cockpit, as you can see, you still got everything else in the background. I'm hoping that you can see that okay, and I haven't sort of gone too big on the screen. Maybe I probably have, but now what you do is, as I was saying before, you go to the top of your cockpit thing, or go to the 1, 2, 3, press that there, and it gives you, I'm using another one at the moment, but you can go at the top and use that if you want. Now, I'm going to open Sky for Sim like that, okay, and you'll see it's opened on my screen. Now this is what I'm talking to you about. It's a great little program. I can move it around. You can have it like in the cockpit permanently like this if you want to, yeah, or whatever. Now, what we want to try to do is to, what's the frequency? There's a little cheat for you as well, which was quite handy if you remember this, guys. If you in Pilot2atc at any time, and you can't remember the frequency, rather than have to search for it, just struggle around a bit until you get the thingy to come up. Okay, no, resume.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, darling. You're a honey today, aren't you? Right. So, let's get the next one over. Next one. Let's do that one there. And let's have a look. Clear takeoff 13310. Okay, so let's just see, because I haven't used this for a while and I've been doing that messing about. Golf 31 Victor Bravo, ready to copy IFR. For the right frequency. Right, now I'm just going to change a little thing on my configuration here because I've got it changing the frequency, so I don't want that. See that? So if you ever do that and it doesn't change, it changes frequency. I had that ticked and I didn't want that, so I do it myself. Right, so now it should work. And you should see him swatching over on the screen there. Golf 31 Victor Bravo, ready to copy IFR.
Golf 31 Victor Bravo is cleared to Echo Golf Juliet Juliet. Climb via the X-Mode 1 departure with the X-Mode transition, then as filed.
Did you see that, guys?
Expect departure runway 30.
See this screen?
Maintain 5,000 feet. Approach on 119.15.
Do you see what I'm saying now? Can you see the excitement for you guys' faces when you're in your Pilot2atc and you can see this in your headset now? So rather than me being in a situation where I've got a VR headset on, and my VR headset I can see down below the bottom. That's why the cockpit, you see the cockpit dashboard. This is just the what we call it the lower panel. So we've cut out the top panel now and have a lower panel. So all your gauges and your bits and pieces, so you can see down your nose, and you've got all this everything else going inside. So it's really quite cool. But anyway, like I was saying. Now this here is now, so rather than me try to remember what they said, because there's no way I'd remember all that in a million years with my memory, and there's no way that I'd remember all these numbers at the same time. So this now comes up in Sky for Sim inside your normal cockpit like this, can also be moved into a separate iPad or something using the internet, or it can be in VR. So now I say Golf 31 Victor Bravo is cleared to Echo Golf Juliet Juliet. Climb via the EXMO1 departure with the EXMOR transition. Then as filed, maintain 5,000 feet. Approach on 119.95, squawk 4123. Golf 31 Victor Bravo.
Golf 31 Victor Bravo, we are back incorrect.
What did I do wrong?
Golf 31 Victor Bravo cleared to Echo Golf Juliet Juliet, altitude is 5,000 feet.
I didn't say very clearly. Okay. Cleared to Echo Golf Juliet Juliet, altitude is 5,000 feet for Golf 31 Victor Bravo.
Golf 31 Victor Bravo, this is Cardiff Tower on 133.1. Please repeat your request.
Yeah, Golf 31 Victor Bravo, ready to taxi.
Golf 31 Victor Bravo taxi to runway 30 via taxiways Charlie, Alpha. Golf 31 Victor Bravo advise when ready for departure.
Wilco Golf 31 Victor Bravo. Now you see that's all in your VR headset now. Yeah? Pretty damn good, isn't it? Well, I hope you've enjoyed that little bit of insight into like how to get your information from Pilot2atc into a screen in your headset, VR headset, or into another separate screen. So that was took a long time, I guess, me messing about. But I hope you enjoyed that, and you can follow it. And my dog just come in to try and make noise because he does every time I make a video. Little size. Right, so that's that. Now, some people say to me, how do you get your flight plans and all that? Now, as I said to you before, guys, now this is just showing you the Pilot2atc. Let's get in a little bit more depth. Let's go to this. And now, let's give us that bit there. And it gives us different map versions. Is your Echo Golf Foxtrot, and that's our aircraft. But look, there's no flight plan. Why isn't there not a flight plan? Well, because what you do with this is you click on that one there, and it says flight plan. There's no flight plan. Oh no, what are we going to do? Right, 3 bars, middle of the bottom of the screen, next to the picture of the Earth, or the globe. Next one, the pink one, flight plan. Then next one.
I'll put it away.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I kind of wish you hadn't have done that really, because I was actually using it. Display map. Yeah, that does kind of work sometimes, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3. Okay, look. Right, anyway. So, yeah, what was I doing? I've got myself sidetracked now. All in a pickle. All in a pickle. Where I am. I can't see. Move that by a minute. That's a good thing about having this set up like that. Right, anyway, I'll just open that again. Okay. Now, as it opens, remember this will be doing in your. Sorry, I went off on one there. This will be happening in your VR headset, so you'll see this iPad type screen in your headset now. So then you just go to your 3 bars, go to your flight plan, and go to the little like cassette. Click on that. Then all your flight plans that you put before into Pilot2atc and into this program, they're all there, so you can choose whichever one you want from your flight plan, and we want that one there. So now it's loading that flight plan into this thing as well as, okay? So that's a good way of doing it if you just want to do like a little VFR flight and you want to use this, and as you can see it's giving you headings, distances and everything on there. Go back to the very bottom of that map again, and there you've got your map, and if we zoom out, there's our flight. It's taking us all the way over there, taking us right down, and we're going to where we are. Now, just so you know, and you can see, have a quick look at that, and I'm going to just grab this here and make it smaller like that, like so, and I've looked at the flight plan on there, on the flight simulator. This is one that's inside the flight simulator, and that one's inside Pilot2atc. So you can see they've actually married up really well, and they're actually bang on. Now, in the plane as well, how do you get your aircraft to actually remember all this stuff? It's on this pipe, this here, this is like a headache if you want to sit down and start doing like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's fantastic, really, really cool to put your flight plans in. I've had to do it a couple of times with me and my colleague flying, and I've joined cockpit, and I've had to put in the different approaches and stuff using the FMC here, or CDF, or I can't remember, CDU, whatever it is. So we had to put it into there, and it's been quite interesting. But you can also do it in here as well. You can change your approaches and stuff on that. And also, you can request the approach. It will give you an approach when you get there, as it happens on here. But sometimes it will change if the weather changes, which is quite jolly good. Now, getting that far. So far, what have we done? Let's do a recap. Right, we've got the Pilot2atc working because we could just hear that working. Yeah? But on the background, we've got voice attack running HCS Aviator Microsoft Flight Simulator. So now I should be able to go retract flaps.
Retract flaps.
Do you see the lever move? Set flaps position 1.
Flaps 1.
Retract flaps.
Extending flaps.
Retract flaps. Right. Sometimes it doesn't do all the requests. There's certain aircraft it does. Arm spoilers, I think it's called. Spoilers up, spoilers down. I can't remember what the announcement is for that. I'm a bit tired, guys. Sorry, but you can do those things. Pitot heat on.
Acknowledged.
De-ice on.
Anti-ice is off.
Anti-ice on. Anti-ice on.
That's on.
See, there's loads of other different things you can do, and it's really best to look at the certain things. Landing lights on. Taxi lights on.
That's on.
Thank you.
Flaps extended.
Thank you. Set flaps for
Okay.
takeoff. Set flaps for takeoff. Set flaps for takeoff.
Flaps for takeoff.
Thank you. Golf 3-1 Victor Bravo, ready for departure, runway 30.
Golf 3-1 Victor Bravo, winds are 132 at 7 knots, QNH is 1002, cleared for takeoff, runway 30, squawk 1200.
Clear for takeoff, runway 30, squawking 1200, Golf 3-1 Victor Bravo. And then you could obviously tune your Q and H on here, which is 1200, which you just asked me to do. As simple as that, really. Now that's working. So now I've got the squawk code on there as well. So now, if you can see, I'm actually talking to the air traffic control. I'm talking to my co-pilot. The maps and everything are working. Even the flight plan on the aircraft is working. Now this is another section that you can get into. It's called SimBrief. You need to get an account with SimBrief. Like, once again, I'm not affiliated with them. We're just trying to help you guys. Open an account with SimBrief, and then there's a few things you've got to set up in that. But this video's gone on well too long anyway, and you're probably bored to tears now. But we know, as you can see, it can be done. So let's just go through and just do a quick recap then, shall we? Disengage parking brake. It must be audio off. Disengage parking brake. Parking brake off.
That's off.
See, she says it different. Sometimes it's different aircraft. It does say different things. I'm going right over there to kind of see where I'm going at the moment. Right, bit of side wind. Right, anyway, so we know that I've got the co-pilot. We're ready clear for takeoff, so I'm just going to go give it full beans. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take off anyway. So anyway, cut long story short, and we've also got things like this working as well, which is you see that? Oh, always the same whenever you touch anything, Robert. So we've got like this program running as well. We can have that running, which is the Simeonix Garmin 1000 G1000, and it's waiting for connection. And that's another program, which is that one there. See it appear on my screen. I don't know if you can see that properly, but now everything is actually connected up perfectly. So if I was to turn, say my, for argument's sake, let's go to the heading or something like that. I think it's that one, and I turn it. Ooh. Heading 1, 2, 3, and it should turn the heading bug is turning on the G1000 as well, see, and stuff like that. So you can get all these things working. Now sometimes I'll fly using this one with their separate units, and also there's another program called Air Manager, which is actually running on one of these computers, iPads connected to, if one so requires. So, but you needed bridge GV39 to make that marry up to the G1000 on the iPads. Okay, guys, so you will need that at some stage. But like I said, that's really another story. If you want me to do a video on it, I will do, because you can imagine this has taken quite a long time. It's not been the best and clearest one, but I will do a really simplified version for us, like I did with the last one, step by step way. You know, I call it the way I would like to do it and learn it, because it's so hard and so easy to go very quickly, and people get confused and they can't keep up with you. So, with that in mind, what we're going to do now is we're going to just pause the flight simulator, okay, and I'm going to just go like this. This one here, this is called voice attack, okay guys? Now, to get your voice working, some bloke said, I don't remember his name was, and he ripped this another you-know-what, saying, oh, it don't understand me, and it don't do this, and it don't do that. But, you know, it's because it really does do a lot of things, and it really is very good. But you need to know how to set things up. Now, some people get that X you see up here, and it's like that one there, and then the microphone won't work, and all this sort of stuff. Let me just give you a quick run through. If you go down to the settings where the spanner is on your voice attack, yeah, click on that, it will open a new window. Now, you basically, if you want to take a screenshot of what I've got at the moment on this, it gives you an idea of what, well, I've got my setup. So you can have a look at that and see whatever you want. You can set up your microphone and your headset to work to your headphones and stuff like that on there. You can set up hotkeys if you want. I don't use any of that, don't need it. I don't really use much of this either, to be fair. Its main concern is just the audio and obviously the recognition. And you just set the speech recognition to the desktop microphone. So that's what we're using at the moment. Or you set that to default. Now, to get all this working smoothly and easily, it can be a bit of a headache if you don't know what you're doing. So obviously that's why I'm going to try to do some lives soon on YouTube and stuff, and that way I can try, and if I've got a question I might be able to answer it. But if not, I'll do a video on how to get this set up. There are videos there. Some people get confused and they can't do it, but other people don't. So that's probably because they probably do it a bit quickly. So anyway, if you open general, you got that launch for check for updates and blah blah blah, joystick, blah blah, and then this only recognises my voice. I haven't got it set up to press any buttons. So just merely by me talking, it's listening to me all the time. And I'll be honest, so far it's been not really tripped up much with, or if at all really, with Pilot2atc. So I use a button to speak to Pilot2atc, and I don't use a button to do this. I just talk, and it's got enough announcements and things to mention that all works really well. So you know that works. So we've got Pilot2atc working. Change voice pack, Captain Elise. Change voice pack, Captain Elise.
Of course.
So I've changed the voice pack. Retract flaps.
Engine starting.
Thank you. Retract flaps. Right, so you can see I've got loads of messages, and this is picking it up from the web camera up there, so it's not really clear. Now, another guy did mention to answer that question for a guy. He said, oh, I keep saying it doesn't recognise me. Sometimes it does it to me, but that's because, I'll be really honest, it's because I'm bone idle. I just need to sit and go through the speech recognition several times so it starts understanding me perfectly. And I mumble a lot as well, so that doesn't help. You've got to get your words as clear as you possibly can, and it's fine. But also, don't use stuff like them. Because, I mean, I bought two sets of headphones, guys, yeah? You know, thinking, they look quite good. They're gaming headphones. They'd be brilliant. I'll get those. So I'll go out and spend some money on a bloody set of gaming headphones, which are these things here. Look, you see them? They look really good. They've got red ones, and they've got 2 pairs of them. And the moment I put these on and trying to talk, it keeps saying to me, please say again, please can't understand you. And when you go into a section, I'll show you guys where you go. You go into your like Windows. If you get any sound issues, go to Start Up and to look for the cog for the Start menu. Go down until you find the cog. Click on the settings and click on sound. Now, what the sound will give you is, see this thing here. It's giving you the microphone, and that's picking it up from my microphone. Now, normally, if I pick it up and I got the headset on, it's hardly moving. It's not even doing that. It's right over here, and it can't turn it up. No matter what you do, you troubleshoot it, and it says it's working correctly. The thing is, with those microphones, they sort of go like that, straight out. There's your face, yeah, and the microphone's right at the end here, with a tiny little bend on it. So you've got all that distance for your voice to travel. So you've got to shout or talk really loud for it to pick up, and it can't bend them. So you might get some of those headsets that have got a flexible microphone, which you can bring the mic like you do in an aircraft. You bend the mic round to your mouth, about 1 inch away, 2 inches away from your mouth, so it's clear. But these things are set to go out there like gaming, and I'm thinking it's people, they shout and games, so they're not really designed for cockpits and that. So that I think would be the cure. Is a better set your headphones, microphone and a headset you've got. Alternatively, do like I'm doing at the moment, and invest in just like a VR headset if you do VR, because then you problem solve completely, and it just really remembers everything you're saying clear as well. Training is good. The other thing is, which will help, is a separate microphone. Like now, I'm picking up the mic above my head here, where you can see my hand is just a microphone and with a camera just up there, and it's picking up my voice, and it's doing relatively well. It can understand it, and that's actually with room ambience as well. So it shows how rubbish those gaming headsets are for trying to do when you're in flight simulator, because the simulator wants it clear as possible. But anyway, I hope I helped people. So if I do a really, really quick breakdown now, last time, so I've got to go and check my post. Right, flight simulator is working. We know that works. We know that this is working too, and it all the same thing again. It all links together. You know how to get the thingy working again. Go back through the video under the configuration, under speech, and that gives you where you put the path. Same thing applies to the other one. So we actually know, you've seen it yourself, that it actually will work. It does work relatively faultless once you set it up correctly. And if you need any help, please do like and share my videos, because I'm new to this and I'm not working at the moment, so it's that. And if you do like music, which I'm kind of hoping you do, I'm a musician, and I've always done music all my life, and I kind of like
Logo lights.
Kind of like, you see, that sounded very, very similar to, I actually said logo lights, and that's my website, Rob K Music. But I wrote a lovely song the other day, so I'll leave you with that. It's me, Gemma, and little Megan. I hope you like it. Until the next time, see you again. We go to fight another war.
You'll fight a war that no one wants.
Where negotiations are the cure. It's in my heart that I know, I feel I must go. But will things ever be the same again? I fight a war that no one wants.
No one wants. What will I do when you are gone?
in my heart that I know that if I should go, my love for you will never die. So look, don't go. We'll never be the same again. I fight a war I shouldn't be in. It's all for money, greed and sin. It's in my heart that I know that my love will never go. I wish things could be the same again. Say goodbye to my children. I love them. I did it. I went to war with them. Stayed long things I wish could be the same. Now I see you again. Will we ever hold hands? I hope you enjoyed that beautiful little song, and yeah, please visit Rob K Music as well, robkmusic.com, and you can have free music. All the songs free, I don't charge for it. Just go there and have a listen, and if anything you like, some lovely stories in there as well, so that's good. And don't forget bkcockpits.co.uk and mycockpit.co.uk also as well, where we sell the cockpits. I hope you like them. Absolutely brilliant. I think they're well worth the money. And they look so tidy as well. I mean, mine's obviously looks pretty messy at the moment, but the reason it's going to do that is because I'm constantly moving things around all the time, and I don't leave it in one place. So it's a bit difficult really for me, because I don't, yeah. And there's a sale now on. And you've got Dr. Sim as well. This is the new thing that we're doing. Dr. Sim is get your sim on up to date online, fix your problems, install your applications, and get everything working together, and contact that number there for support. That's me. Okay, only £40 booking fee. After 2 hours, it's £12 an hour. Sounds like a lot of money, but when you think about it, if you wanted to sit down yourself and watch the video, you can do it like from here for free, absolutely. But it's I've just got to try to generate some income, to be really honest with you. So that's what I thought I'd do, and that's the cockpit dashboard that we can do. That one there, which is a beautiful one, and that comes with all the panels and stuff. That's the big one, and
No problem.
that's what it looks like. And this is how we link. Normally we have 3 monitors on there on the other panel, which is this panel I'm going to show you up here. I'll make a screen bigger in fact, actually, because you can see it. Yeah, but usually it looks like this one here. You can have 3 panels on it, yeah, and that usually looks like that. You see, and you've got all your gauges, your panels, and everything else working like an ATR dashboard, and that all fits to the cockpit dashboard, which you can buy if you so wish. And that's pretty much it. That's my plug for the day. I suppose I'll have to plug at something, or you know, I'll never get any money and never make any living, will I? But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it's been of some assistance for you. And please come back and leave some comments, any questions, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. And if I can't, and you've got a major problem that you just cannot get it working, and you're getting pretty stressed out because it keeps repeating itself and things, and they ain't working, just let me know, and we'll go. We'll do a one-on-one with you, and I'll just have a quick look for you, see what the problem is, see where your problems lie, and we'll do a shared computer. So rather than you do it, I'll just go into your computer and then sort it out and put the settings right and get it all working for you, and that way it should save you a lot of messing about, because it does take a long time to do this, to get it all working, because there's so many programs. I mean, at the moment I'm only showing you Pilot2atc, Sky4Sim, Vox 8, the vocal processor thing, but there's other things as well which I tend to use, like self-loading cargo, also Orbit sceneries and stuff like that, and also the Microsoft map enhancement from Google. I use that as well, and also I use the Microsoft the Sim plugin, and I'm using there at the same time the G1000, which is operating with the G1000 obviously, and there's another one which is called AirTrack, which you can put on an iPad, which is like another add-on, for the iPad 1. They will work on the iPad 1s, and there's other things like this here. This is I don't know much about this one, to be fair with you, but I can get it working pretty well. I've got to speak to Luke Air, because I had it working once, and only once, where remarkably this thing here, yeah, actually appeared. It does appear in my cockpit, so in VR. So you can make a little panel and you just move your mouse over and press it, and then you got your your
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have just joined us,
your
a very warm
pilot
welcome aboard
announcements
this
and stuff like that, which is really cool. So that's pretty much that, really, I guess. But there are other things I use as well. But I mean, let's just see what you got and what you want to use, and we'll see if we can get it working for you. Right, I've babbled enough now. I'm going now to go do some music, and love you, leave you. Take care, be safe, and like and share. Oh yeah, mycockpit.co.uk, I forgot.